See, right now, the WF are providing a platform for those pushing a My Carbon initiative. And, okay, they'll describe it differently, but in my words, it's essentially a personal carbon social credit system that will track everything you do, everything you buy, everything you eat. It's like Big Brother. Now, to understand why the WF are so happy, I'm going to quote directly from their website. Here it goes. COVID-19 was a test of social responsibility. A huge number of unimaginable restrictions for public health were adopted by billions of citizens across the world. There were numerous examples globally of maintaining social distancing, wearing masks, mass vaccinations, and acceptance of contact tracing applications for public health, which demonstrated the core of individual social responsibility. That's the WF's words. And why wouldn't they be encouraged by that? I mean, the world accepted unimaginable restrictions with nary a whimper. Just imagine how that is going to embolden their next PSYOPs projects as they attempt to enslave us all. And they're also boasting about their fourth industrial revolution. It's making progress, apparently. And they're using blockchain technology, likely, which will be integrated with central bank digital currencies, to keep track of everything we do. But it's all to save the planet, of course. That's why you see they advocate increased costs for carbon-intensive activities. Now, these activities are things like transport, construction, electricity and the like. And they also want to reduce demand for certain, quote, unspecified things. But I'm guessing they mean the important stuff that I just discussed, that really builds a civilized society. But of course, it could also include, say, meat, air travel, how many children you can have. I mean, who knows how far they want to take this demand reduction in the name of decarbonising the planet. And to top it all off, they want the setting of personal levels of acceptable emissions and a new definition of a fair share of personal emissions to enter the lexicon. Nothing to worry about there at all, is there? Now, if you are a conspiracy theorist, which is actually the name the left give to those who can predict the future with remarkable accuracy, you might think this is all happening by design. I mean, the WEF have been upfront about their agenda for us. WEF founder Klaus Schwab even wrote about it in a book entitled The Great Reset. That's where you'll own nothing and be happy. And we do see a global coordination of attacks on our way of life, on our customs, our morals, and our values. Now, these attacks are levied on nation states as well, who oppose this agenda by extraordinary and what I consider to be illegal sanctions of those governments and of individuals residing there. Our Anglosphere leaders, they're meant to be the ones representing the free world. Well, they're also pushing global censorship and global taxation. They are weaponising law enforcement and tax collectors against those who resist. And these same leaders celebrate movements that rely on deceit and destruction and chaos to divide society, while a largely compliant media mostly report only the official interpretation of events. These agents of political change are now so emboldened they will happily lie, and they seem to have no fear of being exposed. That's why they seem happy to misrepresent everything from war to science, from economics to biology, in order to condition you to actually accept what is unacceptable. Now, these things have been done before our very eyes, and yet most people refuse to see it. So many still labour under the belief that government does what it does for our benefit. But if that were true, would our nation be nearly $1 trillion in debt? Would Europe be on the cusp of a financial contagion? Would America be a society divided by racial and identity politics? And if government was so helpful, why would allowing all of us to keep more of the money we earn be deemed so controversial amongst politicians? I mean, surely we're capable of spending our money better than any government can. The truth of the matter is that governments around the world are truly desperate. They've made such a mess of things that we're actually on the brink of ruin.
On the brink of ruin, guys. That's a lot to unpack right there. What has just all been said. First, the whole C-19 was a big test. Sounds a bit familiar from Revelation 13, verse 16 to 18. I can't go into more into that because YouTube likes to censor the truth. what was just said just now. We are literally, the world is literally setting the stage in order to find a singular leader that can have all the answers to every single problem. That person's going to be the Antichrist, guys. They're pushing for a great reset so that they can fully and finally introduce the Antichrist. And the one world religion is already set up. The Pope officially set up Islam as the one world religion. So they're getting ready for the one world currency system. It seems like the whole tracking thing that seems to take into play with the mark of the beast again because of a certain quote unquote chip. I can't say too much again, guys, because YouTube likes to censor stuff. But if you know, you know, and it's sad. It's sad. But the hour of temptation has come to pass. Those of you who have not taken said you know what, you guys keep on doing that and rely on the faith of Christ, because Christ is the only way to salvation. Jesus Christ. Everyone needs to heed to the words of Christ in the Bible, because everything, if not almost all of it, has been coming to pass in the past couple of years. Like, decades even. And more so now than ever, because we're living in the end times, the last days.
Desperate. They've made such a mess of things that we're actually on the brink of ruin. And that's why they want these magnificent distractions that I spoke of earlier. They're hoping the more you focus on the light at the end of the tunnel, that you won't see the train that's heading your way. It's essentially a personal carbon social credit system that will track everything you do, everything you buy, everything you eat. And they're using blockchain technology, likely, which will be integrated with central bank digital currencies, to keep track of everything we do.